Hey there, greetings and welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show that is dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So, this is my Sunday night show, Ben's Album Challenge. And for those of you who don't know what that is, one of my subscribers and friend Ben, he chooses an album once a week, and then I go on to talk about the album and give my favorite part of the album and what I liked and what I didn't like about it. And this is what we do. So that's all there is to it. So tonight the album Ben has chosen for me is actually an album I've listened to a couple times, because when he gave me the Winter Hawk album back when he gave it to me, I subscribed to the guy who produced it or put the album online. And he had this album as well in there, as well as a couple of others. So the album we're going to do tonight is it's by a band called Ashbury, and the album itself is called Endless Skies. They're a US band, and this album, according to the stats, was released in 1983. Although it does to me sound a little more 70-ish than it does 80-ish. Sometimes people take on that persona and create that. It is a pretty clear sounding album. Production's pretty decent on it. The vocals are good, and then you have some twin vocaling as well, which is really impressive. Now I did, when I was looking it up, I had to find it, and I read up a little bit on it. One of the guys wasn't impressed with the vocals. He said they were far too loud for the album. I didn't find that. I didn't find that at all. I thought they were a little like frontal, but definitely well within a normal range. The guitar player is very good here, especially his acoustic abilities. The drums and bass are pretty nondescript. I don't remember hearing much about them. I listened to them. They didn't really leave much of a lasting impression on me, but they weren't bad. They weren't out of place or anything. So the album, Endless Skies, 9 tracks. I would call this a hard rock, maybe folk, hard rock, kind of acoustic rock. I don't know if that's a word, but you know, it's got that kind of American sound to it. It's not out of the range of Kansas. It doesn't sound like Kansas, but it's not out of that range. There's almost a progressive element to some of their music. Probably a little bit more of that than there is of the hard rock stuff, but it's certainly not a it's not a pop rock by any stretch of the imagination. I wouldn't call this an acoustic album either, although it has quite a few acoustic bits on it. He does like to use his acoustic guitar fairly regularly. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s, a 7, and a couple of 5s, and a 4. There was 1 4. Second track I didn't care for. Okay, so lots of good acoustic stuff on here. Lots of great heavy riffing. Timely hitting, a little bit less of that than there is of the acoustic stuff. Sorry, getting kind of tired now. The solos are really good, not out of place at all. It's a typical American kind of southwestern pop, hard rock and roll band, if you like, with some progressive elements to the music and the occasional heavier riff. So we'll start with the first track, which is called The Warning. It starts with the bells to open, which I guess is kind of a toll for the bell type thing. Strong guitar opening with lots of soloing type stuff here, like really, really good opening to this song. Vocals are kind of a mid-range. I wouldn't say they were high, like they're not high range or soprano. They're kind of, I would say they're kind of alto Yeah, a little alto bass there. Yeah, just an average kind of mellow kind of voice. Nothing spectacular about them, but they sounded good. The second track, which is the track I didn't really like, and I think the reason I didn't like, I found this a little poppy. Yeah, maybe not too memorable of a song. I listened to it, but I don't remember much about it. It wasn't really that, didn't really catch me. The next song, Twilight, had an acoustic guitar bit, which was lengthy. It went on fairly lengthy, and then I began to realize that it wasn't a song, it was an acoustic instrumental, guitar instrumental. It is well done. I thought so. Gave it a 6. I liked it. The next one, Vengeance, came right after this, which was good because you had a kind of a soft spot, and then they come right in with the heavy stuff. Heavy guitar riff here with a solo, real catchy beat, and the vocals were very strong and actually very frontal here, along with the guitar riff. I thought this was a well done song, and actually it was probably my favorite track on the album because it was heavier and the guitar solo was so good and the vocals were so good. So yeah. The next one's called Mad Man. I guess this may be the last song on side 1, or it could be the first song on side 2, but I think it's the last one on side 1. Nice acoustic guitar bit, solid bit, like really, and lengthy, again, another lengthy acoustic guitar bit. Music was a little folky-like. Some bits there with folky-like, some nice harmonies as well. It builds up a little bit and gets faster and heavier, and then the solo towards the end, which was really good. Yeah, I like this song too. Hard Fight, another acoustic bit to open with those water waves like it's out on a beach. Sorry, I'm really starting to get tired now. I didn't realize how tired I was getting until I started to do this. The vocals are a little on the soft side, at least at the beginning, and then the harmony vocals come in and they're really good, I think. It gets kind of methodical after that with the guitars, and then it gets heavier as it goes along, and then there's a nice solo. So it's a pretty well pieced out bit, I think. I like that one as well. So the next couple, not so good. No Mourning, not mourning as in mourning, but mourning as in being sad. Kind of a heavy guitar piece, a bit to open, and just like lots of kind of soloing, and it's just basically it's an instrumental. Didn't really do anything for me. Mystery Man next up, another poppy, acoustic poppy type song with some heavy riffs in parts of it. I didn't really care for that one as much either. And then the final title track, which is at the bottom. He starts out with this kind of flamingo picking, not the flamingo style where they use the back of their fingers, but this picking style, which I thought was really well done. That's what opens, and then you got this wind and synthesizers in there as well. The twin vocals were excellent on this track. I think they were the best part of this track, to be honest with you. The guitars got heavy with some really nice riffing. Then it went kind of quiet, and then went to a piano part, and then some heavy guitar riffing again. So a pretty nice ending to the album. I thought the back track was the best part on that side. The other 3-4 songs, not so bad, but not so good. I thought the first side had the better track with Vengeance. And overall, they were a pretty solid rock band. I think if you like that kind of Steve Miller kind of Kansas kind of I would say pop acoustic recording, heavy guitars and vocals, twin vocaling and all that stuff, then these guys will fall well within that range of those two bands, I think. Anyways, I think it was a good album. I enjoyed it. I had actually thought about doing it myself maybe on something was trying to find a place to put it, but Ben gave it to me, so he made it easy for me. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. We'll be back next week with another Ben's album challenge. And so, let me know what you thought of this album. Take care. Bye.